Hello everyone, we are live now. Over to you, Fabina.
So, good afternoon, everybody, and warm welcome to this presentation of Glion Institute of Higher Education. My name is Fabienne Rolanda. I'm the Director of External Relations for Summer Education, and I am myself a graduate from Glion with quite some extensive experience in the hospitality industry and as well in education. So, the objective of this presentation today is really to present to you Glion and to also open up a little bit to your mind, because when people think about a hospitality business management degree, very often they think about something quite specific about the hotel industry, and you will see that in fact it's much broader than very often what we expect. So what is hospitality today? And we can see that hospitality very often, of course, it's all the sectors of activity that are relating to the hotel industry, to travel, whether it is airline, whether it's cruises, it's any type of transportation, it's tourism, it's restaurants, it's catering, it's as well event, and it could be eventually anything that relates to theme parks. But as a matter of fact, the world of hospitality is much broader than that, because it really extends to what we call the entire tertiary sector, or to the experience economy. And as you can see here, you have a lot of other possibilities, from consumer technology to luxury retail to entertainment to finance to consulting to international event to motorsport. So it's really a very broad sector, and these are all the type of sectors where you will be able to work in your future. So as you can see, it goes way beyond just the traditional hospitality or hotel industry. So I would like to quickly introduce you to Glion, and to start with, I have a very short movie that I would like to share with you on the next slide. Right, so that was just setting the scene a little bit so that you understand what Glion is all about. You can see it's really people getting together so that they can get united and outstand for their future career. So Glion is accredited by the New England Commission of Higher Education, so which is one of the 6 accrediting body in the USA, and we have exactly the same level of accreditation as Harvard, Yale, and MIT. So what does that mean? That means that we can provide our own bachelor degree and our own master's as well. And here in Switzerland, there are only 3 hospitality management schools that have got this level of accreditation, and Glion is one of them. So that means as well for you, if you want to continue your studies later on and go to another university to do a master, this is something that will be possible. For example, if you want to go to the USA, or if you want to go to some European institutions or universities. Glion is also ranked amongst the top 3 hospitality management schools worldwide. I don't know if you're aware of the QS ranking, but it's an institution that is ranking universities all around the world. And a couple of years ago, they decided to do a separate section for hospitality, and now Glion is amongst the top 3 for hospitality management, and as well in the top 2, number 2 worldwide for employee reputation. So that means that the employers, they do really appreciate, they like to hire, to employ our students and our graduates. So at Glion, we have got 3 campuses. So we have 2 campuses in Switzerland, and and as well 1 campus in London in the UK. So Glion started back in 1962. So we are celebrating over 60 years of operations, and we're quite proud of that. And I'm going to walk you through each of our campuses. So the first one is the Glion campus. So, sorry, that was the first one. So the Glion campus is really where the students are starting their first part of their studies. And this is really a very boutique type of environment. It's very small. We have around 300 students on that campus only. And we really have like a student to faculty ratio, which is extremely low, especially on that campus, which is around 14 to 20 students per faculty, because here the students are going to be learning by doing things. So this is where you're going to work in the front office as a guest relations, you're going to work in service, in kitchen, and the objective of that first semester and being on that campus is really for you to develop your soft skills. So those soft skills are really very important for you to become a true professional, because it's really how to communicate, how to work in team, how to work under pressure, how to manage and to lead a team. So you are going to play various roles, and you're really going to be able to really understand what it takes sometimes to work in certain circumstances, so that afterwards as well, you are ready to apply what you have learned on campus and to apply it in a real working environment through your internship. So this first campus is located on the lakeshore of Geneva above Montreux. You can see the view that you have, and it's really a fantastic campus. We have a gastronomic restaurant where the students are going to be learning and getting this great experience how to work in a super gastronomic restaurant. We have our chef de Cotter, he's got 18 points on the Goemio, and he's planning as well to gain back, hopefully soon, his 2 Michelin stars. So that's really providing you a very luxury type of environment. And this is something as well that we put in a strong emphasis onto. And students, of course, on this campus, they have access to all sorts of activities. Then we have the second campus, which is the Bulle campus. It's about 35-40 minutes drive from Glion. It's also in Switzerland. And this is where the students are going to do their second part of their studies from the year 2 all the way to the end of their studies. So this campus is a little bit bigger. It's around 700 students. It's more of a university type of environment where the students are more independent type of learner. And we have as well a number of accommodation where the students can live on the campus or nearby the campus. We have as well restaurants and coffee shop where the students can take all their meals. So here we we're really in the downtown of Bulle, which is like a small town of around 20,000 people living there, and we're very close to all the facilities. So it's really a very convenient campus because everything is nearby. So that's a great campus to live. And students have as well the possibility to go to our third campus, which is in London. So here we're in the southwest part of London. We are part of a university called Roehampton University, and there the students, they can as well do the second part of their studies from year 2 to year 3.5. Here on this campus, we have around 200 students. So once again, it's quite small. We have, you will see globally, a very small student to faculty ratio, and we're proud ourselves that it makes as well the big difference between a traditional university and ourselves. So on the Roehampton University campus, there the students are really close to downtown. They can take the bus, they can take the metro, the tube to go to London and really enjoy the great city of London and study in a very unique environment as well. So globally, Glion, we've got between all the students on our campuses and those who are as well on internship, we have around 1,600 students. We have over 90 nationalities, so it's extremely international. And we have as well a very international faculty, and those faculty, they are also coming from the professional working environment. So they have on average 12 years of work professionally in the hospitality industry, and around as well 11 years of academic background. So you can see that they're really bringing to the classroom this very important aspect of the real working environment. So the students, they can learn really from the best, from people who have been there, who know exactly what it takes to be in certain position. We have as well a big network of alumni, and those alumni is very important because later on, wherever you're going to be traveling, you will know people all around the world. And as you can see, we have a student to faculty ratio of 12 students globally per faculty. So it's not, you will never be in a large classroom with 300, 400, 500 students. This does not exist on Glion. We are very small. We are very personalized. This is really our approach to our education. So what is important for us, it's really to develop the students to the maximum potential. So we are here to develop you professionally, but also personally. And for that, we have quite something specific, where the student is really going through a very progressive and personal type of development. So the first aspect of it is that the fact that, as I said, we are extremely international. So if you take a classroom of around 30, 35 students, you're very often going to have 20 to 22 different nationalities. So in terms of the group dynamic, it's very different than when you are in a university where you only have students from your own nationality. Then the practical art is really also where it's very small. We have around 15 students per class. And here they're really going to develop their soft skills, because this is today what employers are looking for when they're hiring graduates. They really want to know about your know-how, about who you are. They're never going to ask you about your technical skills, but they want to understand your personality. Are you able to solve problems? Are you able to answer my clientele in the right manner? Can you lead team? Do you have this emotional intelligence, and so on? And that's why those soft skills are so important, because they're going to help you to develop also your behavior, your professional attitude, your know-how, your self-confidence. And these are all important aspects and competencies that you need to acquire. We also have what we call the progressive learning principle, or scaffolding type of learning principle, where at the beginning we're here to really help you to create those strong foundation about hospitality and business management. And as you progress, you become more independent type of learner as well, and you're going to go from the basics to the fundamentals to the management to the strategy aspect of the business. In terms of employability as well, we can proud ourselves to have a very high employability rate out of the students who are looking for a job, and upon graduation we had in the past years 98% of students who were seeking for a job, they had either already a job or several internship or employment opportunities. And you can see here as well in terms of the internship, which is a paramount of your success to develop as a professional. We have also a very high level of internship offers for our students. So all our students, they do get internship. And in the past year, although it has been quite difficult, now it's really rebounding, and we can see that all our students are very much sought after by employers. So here we have the programs for our students, so really trying to develop our students, and I'm going to introduce you to our hospitality bachelor degree program, and as well where I'm going to introduce you to our master's program. So we have a number of different masters depending what the students they want to achieve, either for career changer or for students who want to enhance their skills and even grow faster as a professional. So in terms of the bachelor degree, so what we're offering, it's a Bachelor of Business in International Hospitality Business. So it is a 3.5-year program. As you can see here, it's got a duration of 7 semesters. So out of those 7 semesters, 5 semesters are on campus, are taught semesters, and then you have 2 semesters of internship. And you will see as well as we go along that these semesters, you can do them as well in different locations. So the first semester, as I said, is really the semester that you are going to do. It's 20 weeks in duration, and this one is really dedicated to the practical art. So it's learning by doing. So here it's really getting these practical and transferable skills to be in a real life sort of environment to develop your soft skills. So you are going to study, of course, like a service, kitchen, but you're also going to understand about trends and innovation, about contemporary gastronomy, about guest relations and hotel operations. So it's really getting the basics so that when you will go on your first internship in semester 2, that you are fully ready to already be a full-time employee in a hotel. So the first internship, so semester 2, you are going to work in a hotel, and this is what we call an operational type of internship, because most of the time this is the very first time that the students are working, and you are going to be working in a similar capacity to what you will have learned during the first semester. So you could work in front office as guest relation, or in reservation, in housekeeping. You could work as well in a restaurant or in the event department, in banqueting. You could work as well in a bar, for example, or even in the room service, for example. So you have a number of possibilities. So it's really for you to understand what you like, who you are. You will learn as well a lot about yourself, and you are going to be able to develop even further your soft skills, because you are going to have certain responsibilities. You are going to be facing as well clients, and you will have to come up with some solutions. And then in semester 3, you're really going to develop the fundamental of a hospitality. So you will understand some key concepts and managerial principles, and as well decision-making skills. So, for example, you're going to learn about marketing, about financial accounting, communication, statistics, sustainability, and innovation. So you will have a number of different type of courses. And then in semester 4, you will really develop the hospitality management. So coming up with the innovative solutions, being able to take some decisions, because during our your curriculum, you also are going to do a number of group work. So students are assessed not just on individual assessment, but also on group work assessment. Plus, of course, you have a number of tests and exams throughout the semester. So in the semester 4, you're going to have, for example, digital marketing, sales economics, events, food and beverage management. So you will understand as well the business aspect of the hospitality. Then in semester 5, you are going to go back for your second internship. And here the second internship, it's already more at a managerial level. You are going to have often more responsibilities. And also you can do it in different departments, and it does not have to be necessarily in the hotel industry. So you could, for example, work for a retail luxury. You could work in a real estate type of company. It could be in finance. It could be in human resources. It could be in the marketing. So you have a more diversity, more possibilities to do your internship in different type of sectors of activity or in different types of department as well of a hotel. And here during that semester, you will have as well to come up with a project. You have to give a written assessment as well. And of course, every time, whether it's the first internship or the second internship, the employer is going to evaluate you as well, because both internships are also credit bearing. And then in the last year, so in semester 6, this is really here where you're going to develop your strategy mindset, where you apply the business theory and come up with some concrete solutions. So here you're going to have courses like business development and sales strategies, like corporate finance, international law and risk management, revenue, pricing management, corporate social responsibility, and data analytics. So here you can see it's really focusing onto the business, the strategies, how to set up a business, and so on. And then the last semester, semester 7, this is really where you're going to do your specialization. And I will tell you a little bit on the next slide what specialization you could do, and as well where you're going to reflect on your specialist knowledge, argue and defend your cases and your ideas, because you're going to work either on a dissertation, on an individual project, or on applied business project, where you're going to be with other students working for a real company and coming up with solutions that this company is currently facing. So it's really, once again, we try to be as close as possible to the reality of the work environment. And in terms of the locations as well, so where could you study? So when in the first semester, all the students are going to be on the first campus, on the Glion campus, because this one is really dedicated. This is our center of excellence, where the students are going to develop their soft skills and learning the practical aspect of the business. And then your internship, of course, it depends on your nationality, but students can in general go to a number of countries, and we have dedicated teams that are really helping you to tell you where you can go, what you can do, and I will come back to that as well in more details. And then the semester 3 and 4, so during the second year, this is also where the students, they can move around to different locations. So either you stay in Switzerland and you move to our Bulle campus, or you can go as well to our London campus. But you also have the possibility to do 1 or 2 semesters with our sister school, Les Roches, and you can go to Marbella in Spain, and you can go as well to Shanghai. So it's up to you to decide where you would like to go. So this is something really cool, because you have all these options. And then in the last year, semester 6 and 7, either you come back to Switzerland or you stay in Switzerland, or you can be on the London campus. So it's really up to you to decide where you want to go. So in terms of the specialization, we are offering 3 different specializations. So luxury brand management in hospitality, or international hotel development and finance, or international event management. So the luxury brand is for students who want to work, for example, in a luxury setting, whether it's within the hotel industry or for luxury retail type of companies. It could be for luxury cars, so it can be it could be even for real estate, because we have a number of different sectors of activities that are related to luxury. International hotel development and finance, this is more for the students who want to work for large international company or finance establishment like a bank, for example. And international event, it's for those who want to either create their own company or work for a large international event type of company, organizing all sorts of events, whether it's a sports related, whether it's a music festivals, or if you want, for example, to organize your own weddings or your own events. So you have a number as well of possibilities. So what is great with Glion, you can really study and live up to 5 different locations. So the first one is in Switzerland, and we also have a masterclass that I did not mention, but during the first semester, during your practical arts, you will be touring Switzerland and go on a masterclass for 2 weeks where you will discover Switzerland, you will discover different aspects of the luxury business, you will understand what it is to work, you will meet the general manager of a top 5-star hotel in Zurich, you will go as well to a Zermatt, which is very much focusing on sustainable tourism, you will visit as well other locations in Switzerland, you will visit also a place where they make caviar, where also how to grow and work with truffles. So you will really dive into this luxury experience, and you will also have a great masterclass about luxury gastronomy and about pastry as well. And then during your semester 3, you can, as I said, be in Switzerland, in London, or in Spain. And semester 4, you also have the possibility to go to Shanghai. And then the last 2 semesters, it's between Bulle and London. So really great opportunities for you. In terms of the admissions requirements, what do we require? So students, when they start Glion the first semester, they have to be 17.5 years old minimum, because you need to be 18 by the time you are starting your first internship. In terms of the education, you need to have completed either your IB diploma, your 3 A levels, high school diploma, Abitur, baccalaureate, or equivalent. So you need to have successfully completed your secondary education. We are also very much assessing the students, and we have a very strict process about that, where the student is going to have to answer some questions in writing. They have to write also a short essay, and we also have a full interview of about 1 hour with the students, because we want to understand what are your ambitions. Are you the right person? Do you have the right personality to fit with our schools? Is this really what you want to do? So we are really doing a 360 type of assessment with the students to really understand your motivation, who you are, what are your ambitions, and what you would like to do. In terms of the English language qualification, if you have not studied at least 2 years in a full English speaking school, you will need to present either an IELTS of 5.5 with a minimum of 5 points in every subcomponent, or a TOEFL internet-based 70 points, or paper-based 525 points, or a first Cambridge exam with the grade C. Okay, so I imagine that for most of you, this shouldn't be the challenge, because maybe some of you are currently studying in English, and if you have been doing so for the past 2 years, it's okay. Now, if you are studying in your local language, you will need to present one of these certificates, and it needs to be no more than 6 months old by the time you will be starting. So for example, if you are starting in September next year, then make sure that you pass it like around May, June. So it has to be no more than 6 months old by the time you start. In case you are not sure if hospitality is for you or if Glion is for you, then we have some exciting summer program where the students, they can join us either in Switzerland or on our London campus and come and see for by themselves these summer programs. So it's a summer program. It's students have to be between 15 and 17 years old or before they are 18 years old. So it's really a great way to explore, to see what hospitality is all about. You will have a number of workshops. You are going to discover Switzerland as well. You will have a number of master classes. You will work with professionals. So you have one part that is a little bit more academic, another part that is more fun, and really having this discovery journey so that students can see what hospitality is all about. So you can choose whether you want to do 1 week or 2 weeks, and you can even scan the QR code and it will provide you all the information about the summer program that we are having next year, which will be taking place between end of July and mid-August. So you can do either 1 week or 2 weeks. It's up to you to choose what you want to do and how much you want to explore and discover about our campuses. So now I would like to introduce you to our master's program. So we have 4 different master's programs that are dedicated to different type of students. So those master's program, of course, the students, they have to have already studied either hospitality or another subject. So the first one actually that we have, which is the Master in International Hospitality Business, this one is really dedicated to students who have studied something completely different. I don't know, maybe you have done a bachelor degree in economics or in law or in psychology, and you want to completely change and reorientate your career. So this is one possibility where you can do that master with us, and you can study that master either in Switzerland or on the London campus. Then we have another master, which is the Master in Luxury Management and Guest Experience. And this master is really for students who are very much interested to join the world of luxury. And this one is taking place in Switzerland on both of our campuses in Bulle and in Glion. And we also have a Master in Hospitality Entrepreneurship and Innovation. So it's for those who want to either maybe take over the family business or who want to start their own business, and you really need to acquire to get all the tools so that you can really dive quite deep into this understanding what you need to learn in order to become an entrepreneur. And this one is also taking place in Switzerland on our Bulle and on our Glion campus. And the last master that we are offering, it's a master in real estate and finance and hotel development. So this one is taking place only on our London campus. It's really for students who aspire to work in a real estate type of settings, or for a big consulting company where they're going to develop hotels or hospitality type of project. So let's first start with the Master of Science in International Hospitality Business. So this program is 1 year and a half in duration. It consists of 2 total semesters plus a 1 last semester, either where the students, they do the internship or they do their business research project. And in fact, the student, they can choose what they want to do. Now, since this program, most of the time the students, they do not come from a hospitality background. They've never studied hospitality before. Therefore, they have to do what we call the hospitality immersion program. So it's really during 4 weeks where you're going to be based on our Glion campus, and you are going to understand the basics of hospitality, the fundamentals of hospitality. So you are going to work in the kitchen, in service, in front office, rooms division, housekeeping, and so on, because you are coming from a complete different sector of activity. So you need to understand these basics before you can dive and acquire the business aspect of this. And what is great as well about this program is that it's also including a field trip. So the students for 1 week, they're going to travel to a different destination, and it changes. Okay, it can be to Paris, it can be to Milan. They've done even a cruise where they were for 1 week on the cruise ship. So it depends what on the trip, but the students, they are going to discover, they are going to meet with key actors of the hospitality business, so that they really get this deeper knowledge of their hospitality. And then also they are going to organize a networking event where they're going to invite hospitality key leaders. And these key leaders are going to speak around a theme. There is going to be a round table, like a how you call that, where they are talking about a specific subject, so that the students can learn about that. So the students are organizing that. They are coming on campus. So we have 2 intakes per year, either in late February or in September. And depending, you can choose where you want to study. You can do either everything in Switzerland on the Bull campus or everything on the London campus. The students are not allowed to move between Switzerland and London. You have to do the entire duration of your studies either in Switzerland or in London. And then the semester 3, you can choose if you want to do an internship or if you want to do a business research project. So it's up to the students to decide. To be very honest with you, most of the students, they do an internship because the internship for them is very valuable, because it's a first experience. And very often this internship can be their real employer, their future employer that is going to hire them on a permanent basis as well. And here you have some example of the first job where the students, what they have done, those who have graduated with this hospitality degree. So they can work in guest relations, in food and beverage assistant manager, in human resources, events, or even in sales and marketing. And you can see the type of companies where they're going to work, whether it's Four Seasons, Intercontinental Hotel Group, the group Accor in one of their many brands, Marriott, Rosewood, or Jumeirah. So these are just some examples where our master students are having their first jobs. And then you have as well another master, which is the Master of Science in Luxury Management and Guest Experience. So this one is really focusing on this on the students who would like to enhance maybe their luxury settings or understanding of the business, and really dive into much more depth how to create the perfect guest experience in a luxury setting, about brand management, how to manage a brand in the luxury setting, and so on. So depending what you will have studied, if you are coming from a bachelor, or if you have done a bachelor degree that is not related to hospitality, once again, you will have to do this hospitality immersion program of 4 weeks before you can start your master in luxury management and guest experience. So it's very similar to the previous one. So it's 2 semesters, 2 total semesters. And here, depending when you will start, if you're starting in September, you will be first on the Bull campus. And then in February, end of February, early March, you will move to the Glion campus. And if you start in the spring, so if you start late February, you will first start in Bull, and then you will move in September to the Bull campus. So it's really great because you are going to see the best of both worlds. You are going to experience 2 different campuses. So for you, it's also a very interesting experience to be able to be on both campuses in Switzerland. So once again, you also have a field trip. So the students, they have done, so really very often they go to Paris or to Milan, because these are the typical type of destinations where you can really understand and see the luxury in action. And then they are also organizing some events, a luxury event on campus where once again they are inviting people, key players from the luxury business to come and talk about luxury. And the same you can choose as well if you want to do the internship or if you want to work in a business project. So in terms here, you can see some examples where our students are doing this master, where they're working for companies like LVMH, so Louis Vuitton, Richemont, which has got over 20 brands. They have got Cartier, they have got Mont Blanc. I mean, they have got so many different brands. I can't even remember. Celine, Hublot. So these are the type of companies for which you could work, in addition, of course, to the more traditional hospitality. And you can see here as well the type of jobs that they have landed. So like client experience specialist, sales, brand ambassador, assistant product manager, merchandising assistant, or human resources. So you have also quite a diversity of possibilities. And then we have as well the Master of Science in Hospitality, Entrepreneurship, and Innovation. So once again, same principle as the two other masters. If you have not at all worked in hospitality, we advise you, because most of the students who come, they want to open their own business related to hospitality. So if they're coming from a background that is not hospitality related, then we highly encourage them to do this hospitality immersion program. And of course, here they're really going to learn about the entrepreneurial aspect, how to develop a business, how to look for sponsors, the entire financial aspect as well to create your business, and also the marketing aspect. So these are quite important component of the entrepreneurship, and how to be innovative, how to come up with an innovative business as well. And in terms of the business field trip, they might go, for example, to Amsterdam or to Berlin, because these locations are very strong with developing the entrepreneurial mindset as well. So you can really see some super interesting companies to learn from them, and also look at the innovative aspect of it. And the students as well, they will have to organize an innovation fair, where once again they're inviting different companies to come, and looking at some incubators type of system as well. So very much similar to the other ones in terms of the process, but here really putting the stronger emphasis on your entrepreneurial knowledge and strategy, and really covering the most cutting type of edge and relevant business model, and as well technology, because technology is absolutely paramount as well in today to be a successful entrepreneur, and when it's linked as well to, of course, innovation. And here you can see some examples where our students in masters, the type of companies they're working for. So a lot of these companies are sometimes as well as startups type of companies, and either they have directly started their own business, or they're working in business development as market analyst, project coordinator, junior product manager, hospitality strategist, digital marketing specialist. So these are the type of activities they can do, because what you have to think is that sometimes our graduates, even they have done this master in entrepreneurship and innovation, they first want to acquire some really in-depth knowledge or understanding of the business before they can start their own business. And the last master that I would like to introduce to you, this is the Master of Science in Real Estate Finance and Hotel Development. And this one is only taking place on the London campus. And we only have one intake per year, which is in September. But otherwise, it's the same principle. Here for this one, you don't need to do the hospitality immersion, because this one is very different from the other masters. So it's really this only master actually in the world that is really giving you a comprehensive and systematic understanding of the real estate, of capital market and global hotel development. So it's really ideal for the students who want to become like a chartered surveyor, or who want to work for real estate or investment trust type of companies or funds, bank or asset management. So it's really opened the doors to this world of real estate and finance and hospitality development as well. So here the students, they also have the possibility to do a number of specific certifications in real estate, in finance. So this is something that is that is really very valuable for them. And they will also combine all the latest concepts and techniques in real estate with the business trends in international hotel development, for example. And they also will understand about asset management and learning about investment and finance methods and valuation. So they will really gain a very highly marketable and in-demand set of skills to understand the global real estate, the finance market, and as well the hospitality development. Here also the semester 3, it's once again up to you if you want to work on a business project or in an internship. And here you can see as well some examples of what our students are doing. So here they are, for example, working investment analyst, portfolio research, valuation, credit analyst, and investor relations officer. And you can see as well the type of company, CBRE, Cushman and Wakefield, or even the group Accord, JP Morgan, which is a private bank, but also for international hotel group where they can work for this type of activities in the hotel development department, for example. And also the advantage of this type of masters, you can decide if you want to do everything on campus or everything online or a mix of both. So this is really your decision. So here you have all the internship examples where the students are working as well globally in with all the different masters in hospitality, luxury retail, startup, or finance. So once again, quite a wide breadth of opportunities. Now, in order to apply for these masters, you need to be at least 21 years old. So you need to have completed your bachelor degree in a relevant field. And once again, if you have not been learning or studying for 2 years in an English setting, then you will need to present as well one of the following certificate of English, either an IELTS with a 6-point overall, or a TOEFL with the internet-based test of 80 points, or the paper-based test of 550, or the first advanced exam with a grade C. So for the London, those who are non-EU who want to go for the for the real estate and finance, then you will need to undertake the IELTS for the UKVI, which is a special one for those who want to study in England. Now, I would like to quickly mention about our internships. So the internship, as you have seen, is really important. So we have dedicated teams on all our campuses who are here for you, to help you to get your internship, who prepare you as well for the internship. We have globally over 250 companies that are coming each year to recruit our students. So each semester, we have over 120 companies that are here to recruit our students for their first, their second internship, and as well when they graduate. We also have a portal where the students, they can search for the internship or for their first job. And we have, as you have seen, like over 7.7 average of internship offer that the students are receiving or that are available on the portal. I'm conscious of the time, so this is the portal, but that's really can help you. It's a mobile, user-friendly, so the students, they can constantly go and access it to find their internship, to find their job. And we have as well what we call the recruitment day. So of course, over the past year and a half, we've done that even online. But we just had it beginning of November fully online, but as of next semester, we hope normally that we should be able to do it back face-to-face or probably a mix of both. So this is the opportunity for the students to meet all these companies, to network, to understand who they are, and to find their internship through these people who are connecting either online or who are coming face-to-face to meet with our students. So you've seen all the different type of possibilities where our students are graduating, so they can go really into all sorts of sectors of activities. We have seen that as well at the beginning, and currently our students they are all over in 52 countries doing their internship. We currently have 527 students who are on internship, and they are doing the internship like in 53% are doing it in Europe, 31% in Asia Pacific, 6% in Americas, and about 10% of those students doing it in the Middle East. And here you can see also the students doing their first internship, some examples where they have done the internship. So as I said, it's mainly in the hotel business. So whether it's in food and beverage, in rooms division, housekeeping, front office, banquet, or even the spa and the wellness, and for all these different brands. And here you have some more examples with type of internship. And here you can see it's a bit more diversified, not just the hotel industry, but you have luxury like the group LVMH or BMF, which is a media type of company, MCI, which is an event management, KPMG, which is a consulting, or even Credit UBS, which is a bank. So it's much more diversified. And here as well, I would like to share with you some examples of a first job for our bachelor degree students. So a lot of our students are seeking what we call the management training. So it's offered by most international hotel chain, and this is really your possibility to quickly access top managerial position. So with this type of training, then normally after you finish that training, you have middle management type of positions, and the idea is for you to become a general manager in a short time. And then, or a shorter time, like maybe 5 to 8 years, depending on the type of hotel as well. Luxury retail, so you can see like marketing assistant for Cartier, or relationship ambassador for the brand Hublot, which is the watch. Those who are like in event, for example, working for guest relations executive for the Basketball Federation, or those who have chosen the specialization in finance for the bachelor degree, they can work from Bloomberg or for JP Morgan. And we can see here also they are in all different places. Sorry, you can't really see it because here it's more for people to download, so you have a better idea where our students are. And here I'm going to skip that because we've seen it. And just to finish, so what is life at Glion? Because I'm sure you must be wondering, okay, we've seen all about the academic programs, everything, but now I would like to understand how is it fun to be at Glion? And I just would like to share a short video with you. So the idea is really to develop the student not just professionally but also personally. So we have all sorts of teams, of clubs, where the students, they have free access to gyms, to fitness centers. We have our own fitness center as well on the Glion campus, and in Bulle you have access to 2 fitness centers, and there are lots of activities that are organized, and we have all sorts of sports teams, from rugby to football to volleyball. You can see also like doing some boxing, running, climbing. So whatever students want to do, we are providing them the opportunity to do that. If you're passionate about a sport that is not, for example, here on this list, and you want to create your own club, then we are going to help you to do that. And what is also important, we want our students to take a leadership role, and that's why we have got as well all these committees. So we have the Student Government Association, and they're organizing all sorts of activities, and we have all these committees, from the culinary committee to the charity, the sports committee, the green committee, so doing sustainable activities, wine committee, networking committee, where they're inviting top leaders to network with them, to get to know them, the arts committee as well, and as well the entrepreneurship committee and the graduation committee. So all these committees, they have a president, they have people who are active, who are organizing all sorts of activities, because this is something important for us. And we also have what we call an ambassador program, where the students are representing the school when we have visitors, when we have the open days, for example, where we want them to be able to speak in front of an audience, to gain the self-confidence, and to really also act as a true representative of the Glion, and what we call as well the Glion spirit, which is something very strong in our students. So this is also, you can discover the student lives through our Instagram. This is something that is quite cool. You can see all sorts of activities, all the clubs, all the events. So we want to make sure that the students are living and learning in the best environment, and that they can have fun as well together, that they work hard because they're working a lot on this project together, but that they can also have some activities outside of the campus. And we organize a lot of activities during the weekend, where they can go and visit different countries, because Switzerland being in the center of Europe, this is something absolutely fantastic, where during your studies you will be able to go all around Europe to discover Europe as well. So right, I have now finished, so I don't know if you have any questions. And don't hesitate as well, if you want to connect with Shini Lim, who is our Associate Director for Asia Pacific. You can scan her QR code and get all her details. And Shini, she's also present here. And if you have any questions for either for Shini or for myself, we're more than happy to answer those questions. Deepika, I don't know if we have any questions from the audience, from the students.
Okay, thank you, Fabian, for your amazing presentation. I have collected all the questions from the student on YouTube and the chat box for Q&A sections. Shall we start with the first question?
Sure.
Okay, some students ask is there any help to find a job in the UK after graduation or during the study for the international student?
So to work in the UK, you say if they can do an internship in the UK. Yeah. So if they're on the London campus, definitely. Because since when they are going to be on the London campus, they're already like a resident. So they can stay, they can do their internship in London. Now, if they are in Switzerland and they want to go and do their internship in London, that might be a little bit more complicated. So if a student is really keen on doing an internship in London, then I would advise them to go at least in semester 4 to the London campus, so that they can do their internship in London. Now, working after they have graduated in London, I'm afraid that it's going to be very complicated. And as you know that England is now getting out of the European system. So it's going to be even more complicated for students and for people to stay and to work in the UK. So I would say honestly, no, I don't want to give a false hope to students, but to study and to do the internship while they are students, yes, definitely yes.
Okay, like thank you for your useful information. So the next question, like if there any scholarship available for the Thai student?
So with this scholarship, I will let Shini, because that's her sector, and she can
Sure.
answer better about that.
Yes, so we do have scholarships available for students. So it can be in form of you'll be assessed based on either for academics or based on your financial any financial needs that you might have. So usually for scholarship, I like to take it on a we will do it on a one-to-one basis to really understand what's your financial needs and on what grounds would you like to apply for the scholarship. So please feel free to reach out to SIUK or to myself directly and to let me know that you would like to apply for scholarship, and we can actually take the discussion from there.
Okay, thank you, Shini. So like the next question, the student want to know like which campus would be better for the master inside between London or Switzerland?
For the master in hospitality, which one is better? They're both
Yes.
great. It really depends.
Can you like comment?
I think it depends on the environment you want to be. If you prefer to be in Switzerland in a smaller setting, or if you prefer to be in a big London city. Now, also, if you want, at the end of a master in hospitality business, you are going to do an internship. So if you want to do your internship, for example, in London, then of course London would be a better option for you. Now, if you want to stay in Switzerland and do an internship in Switzerland, or going back to other destinations, going back to Asia or going to the Middle East, something, then Switzerland is also, of course, fine. So honestly, we have students in both places. I think because the program is exactly the same. Of course, some of the faculty are not the same, but the program is exactly the same. And I would say it depends more on the environment where you would like to live. If you would like to experience Switzerland, or if you would prefer to be in London.
Okay, thank you. Like for the last question, they want to know like how is the master in business program at the university, like how is different between two campus?
I'm sorry.
I mean, like the student want to know if they want to study in master, like how the difference between two campus.
Between the Bull and the Glion campus.
The campus.
Okay, so the Bull campus, as you have seen, is a little bit bigger. It's a larger campus, and the students, I mean, at the end of the day, the difference is just, once again, the setting. Okay, so we wanted to make sure that the students, that the master's degree students could experience as well both campuses. So especially those who are doing the luxury and the entrepreneurship, it's great that they see both campuses, because like this, it gives them also a different perspective of the working and learning environment, and they are not just in one location. So that's why we have moved them. We make sure that they are doing one semester on the Bull campus and one semester on the Glion campus. So on the Glion campus, it's also quite a small campus, and for them this is really great because they can be very close to each other. They will be also understanding very much this luxury type of setting, and as well for the entrepreneurship, it's also good to see this type of setting that is very different from the Bull campus. So that's why we wanted the students to be in both location. They are different in the size, in the location, but in terms of the learning outcome and the experience, of course, they're going to benefit and to gain from both of these experiences, being in two different campuses. because sometimes, you know, they get jealous. Those who are in Bulle, they're like, oh yeah, you know, you guys have the nice view in Glion. So that's why we said, okay, so let's be fair to everybody, and we provide them this opportunity as well to experience both locations.
Thank you for like your good example.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so now I think like we all cover all the questions right now. I will hand it to the Deepika.
Thank you so much for your lovely presentation today. It was very knowledgeable for all the students. In the end, I would like to request you if you want to put anything forward for the students who are watching us live right now.
So yeah, don't hesitate to contact Shini, you've seen, and also to connect with us, you know, like you can see us on our website, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. So there are lots of activities. You can get to discover really our schools, our campuses, our students, because there are lots of interviews. So it's really the best, and to connect with Shini, because Shini, she can also guide you. She can provide you all the necessary information. We can send you as well some brochures, some flyers, some videos. So don't hesitate to connect with Shini to make sure that you can learn about Glion and discover which program would be the best suitable for you, and also where to go and which location to study, because I know sometimes it can be a little bit confusing between all the different locations that we are offering our students to study. But don't hesitate, please, to engage with Shini. You can see her. She's an absolutely lovely lady, and extremely knowledgeable about Glion. So she'd be more than happy to help you in your journey to understand what you could be potentially interested in, where you would like to come.
Yes, please do scan the QR code on the screen so that you can actually save my contacts as well. And like what Fabian has just shared, I'd be very happy to connect with any one of you out here to share more about Glion, especially, you know, which campus to choose, which program. It's always a happy problem for a lot of students.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Fabi and Shini. And we are now moving towards the end of the seminar. In the end, thank you so much for your valuable time today, everyone. And to all the students, please feel free to contact SIUK Thailand offices for any query. We'll be more than happy to help you. Bye-bye.